It's May 21st here in Michigan, and I know I said I wouldn't do a whole lot of splits before it was time for Michigan Bee Works to be here. Basically, I need 3 weeks before he gets here. I do splits. I'm like a week ahead of schedule. But I was checking these colonies here, and 72 had grown so much they had queen cells in there already. And you could either go through and destroy the queen cells and give them another deep to stop them from swarming, or you could do the splits. Because I have 46 colonies with different genetic queens, I decided to go ahead and split that. Now this is the case that I want to emphasize for homebred queens. Homebred queens are so much superior to any other queen I've ever had. Here is another example of a colony that's huge. They've got brood in 2 deeps in the median, and I've already done the split. I'm not going to open them up. I pulled out 2 frames of brood, put it in 48. I put 2 frames of brood in 58, and I never found a queen in the bottom 2 deeps. And you see the amount of bees here? Now, a month ago, this wasn't really all that large. It was large enough for 2 deeps, but it's just amazing how quickly a homebred queen can take off and fill the whole hive full of brood. And I finally found the queen in the medium. Let me get my glasses on. And then I either put the queen in the container or I'll set that frame aside because she can't fly. So she'll be on this frame somewhere. You just have to be careful. I've killed them on the ends of frames before. You got to be very careful. There she is. This is a homebred queen. 2019. She didn't cost me a dime. Look how big she is. The queens I bought from Foley's Russian Bees were not this big. And unfortunately, I lost 10% of my good queens last fall when I tried Formic Pro Formic Acid. She went in front side first. She's going down to take a look. I lost 10% of my queens last fall with that Formic Pro Formic Acid. It didn't kill any varroa mites. So I spent $400 to have 10% of my queens killed and no varroa mites. So I wouldn't ever waste money with Formic Pro Formic Acid ever again. I'm using acetic acid now. You just got to do it every week during the fall because it doesn't kill the varroa mites in the cat brood. So I'm ahead of schedule a week, but I have no choice. I could have gone through, located every queen cell in here and destroyed them and added a deep to keep them from swarming, or I could just do splits now. So I decided to go ahead and do splits. And I've got, this one's probably not as bad. This one here, this one. I've already done this one a couple days ago. And I don't want to do too many at once. Most of my colonies have a larger number of drones, but I want to make sure that not all the drones are required at the same time to fertilize virgin queens. So I don't want to do like it every other day or so, do some. And then when I'll do those this weekend. And these are the ones I'm going to leave for next weekend. Or next weekend. There's 12 here. These would be the ones that I'll split. And that'll guarantee that these queens will get mated with Michigan Bee Works. I'm not going to call him up, ask him when he's going to place bees in my area, because I don't want him to think that he's benefiting me and not put queens or colonies in my area for my mating queens. So I'm going to keep that a secret between you and I. And I did lose a third of my colonies during winter because of that Formic Pro, but I still have enough for me to handle right now. I got some up here, and I'll probably do these in a week and a half. I've already done these. I did my 2018 queens first, the ones that were large enough. I did have a couple colonies that are too small. This queen right here is direct daughter from foliage Russian bees. She's never been a real good layer, but I went ahead and I kept her anyway, hoping that someday that we can get a good quality queen out of her. So the colony hasn't grown much, and she is 2018. So if she drops dead, then that right there becomes a mating nuke. Okay, thank you.